In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 easy Canva design tips to help you enhance your real estate marketing, specifically for social media. Let's go. If you've been on my channel for quite some time now, you would know that I love me some GIFs, and specifically a rotating profile logo GIF. Now I have a previous tutorial on how to make that, which you can check out in the cards above and link in the description box down below. But essentially I would use that logo GIF in a design like this. So shameless plug, this is an Instagram real estate package template that I sell on my Etsy shop. So if you want to shop this, check out the link in the description box down below or scan that code there to get direct access to my shop. But I have this package here, or this specific design here, which is for real estate terms. Now in this example, typically what I would do for this example is either drop in an image of yourself and then put your logos on either side of the design. So ideally your brokerage logo like EXP and then a personal logo down the corner. But sometimes that can be a lot. So to remove all of the hassle, what I would do in this case is delete that. And I would go into my uploads here, find my logo GIF and just place it where I would put, in this case, my image here. Now, unfortunately, you can't drop a GIF into a frame. You can only drop a photo or a video into a frame. So I would just situate it as best as I can in that area, go into layers, and then just delete that frame in the background. And there you go, you have your rotating logo GIF, which includes your face, your brokerage logo, your personal logo, and any other entities that you wish to represent. This just cleans up your design and obviously it makes it look really, really cool. Now, next to that, I have is some animations you can add in. Now, typically, in this case, this could be just a static post if you just use your image of yourself there, but we can also animate anything you want on this page. So if we go ahead and click on here, let me zoom out. Let's click on this page here. If we go to animate here, you can very well animate everything on this page. Now I'm just selected on the one image in the background, but I want to select everything. So let's try this again. Let me click on this page here. Will it open up the panel for animations? Canva. I'm still learning the new Canva, so I'm assuming if I click on just the background layer here and then go into positions, again, select it on the background, then we can go into animate and animate everything on this page. Like that, you can play around with different animations. Now this is extremely fast because the page duration is only 1 second. So in this case, I would probably make this page anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds long. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to make it 10 seconds. Now, if I go over here to duration, you can see that this page is indeed 10 seconds long because we are in the thumbnail mode. If I go into scrolling, this is what that would look like. You won't see the timeline or thumbnail at the bottom. So you want to be in this thumbnail view. So make sure you have that toggled on. Make sure duration is toggled on because now this is going to be a playable video asset. So as mentioned, if you click just the background, you can animate everything on this page, which is all right. But typically in this case, what I would do is just animate a single element on this page. And in this case, I would animate the text box here. So I would click the text box and go up to animate here. And from here, you can scroll down and ideally I would use in the writing section, the typewriter effect. Now you can do the animation on both the entrance and the exit or on just either or. You can also choose the word like that, but I don't like that. I like the character, and you can choose the speed. Typically something slower is more visually appealing, I would say. Now for this box down here, this is a rectangle that I've also used as a text box. Now you can also, in this case, just do a rise, a pan, a pop, something like that. Even that looks cool. Yeah, I think I like that. Something like that. So in this case, if we give this a playback and we press this here, we can see that this is what the animation looks like. You have the rotating GIF, you have the texting on the screen, and then that kind of exit of the animations. So again, if you don't like that, click on the text box there, go to typewriter, and just choose on enter. And for this, I want to choose just on enter, and it looks like you can choose the speed. Yeah, I like that. So in this case, at this point, what you want to do, because this is now a design with movable elements and animations, we want to make sure that we go in and download this specifically as a MP4 video file. So you want to go over to share up here, go to downloads, make sure you're toggled onto MP4 video file, and this is page, what page is this? Page 68. All right. And then I'm going to go back into here, and in this case, I'm just going to delete with my keys here and just type out 68 and just hit done, and we can go ahead and download this, and then I'll show you what it will look like on my desktop once it is done downloading. Righty, so here is the finished download. If I give this a playback, this is what it will look like. Now you could also add in music if you wanted to using the Canva library, or just very well have no music and then use whatever trending music is on, let's say, Instagram, and add it to that. Sorry for the interruption. Let me drop this introduction. I sell Canva templates on Etsy. For my real estate agent besties, I don't have a beat on this track because I am not a rapper, a singer. All I do is help agents prosper. Scan this code and you'll be the winner. Or find the link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Subscribe, and let's get back to the video. The next thing I want to show you is how to use my favorite tools, which is going to be the background remover. Now, if you are seeing this video, you might notice that Canva has had a bit of a facelift or a glow up, if you will. And so some things have changed. So I just want to make sure that you know exactly where they are. So let's head into my computer here. So this is a just listed post here. So let me go in and just drag in a photo so you can kind of get the gist of what we are trying to do here. Now, ideally in this specific design, I want you to put your real estate logo and put in an image of yourself. Now for this, I'm just going to delete this box here. And what we are going to do is I'm just going to go into my uploads. I'm going to grab this photo. Don't drag it into the frame there. But as you see, because we are selected on this image, we have this pop-up menu here. Now we have BG remover immediately at the top here, or if you click just the edit tab here, it's going to open up on the right hand side all of the effects that you can apply to this specific image. Again, if we click BG remover, it is going to remove the background. And typically speaking, for me, I always like to add a shadow, and I like the drop shadow just to give some dimension and, you know, contrast, so it's not a flat image per se. You can also play around with the values, so intensity of the shadow, just like that. Once you're happy with what that looks like, I'll just size this down accordingly and make sure to put myself in the corner just like that. And also, as mentioned, you can drop in your logo here. So let me just put EXP, put it down there, just like that. And then if you wanted to, you could also give this PNG a drop shadow as well. So if I click on the EXP logo, go up to edit, I can give this just a drop shadow so that it also looks like it's just popping off the screen. You can also change the angle. So if I zoom in here, we can see here that we are changing the angle of where the shadow is at. And once you're happy with that, just click out of that menu, and there you go. We have the background remover tool in addition to using the shadow tool. Very, very good on your profile images for posts like this. Don't quote me on this, but I think as of last year, we are now able to create gradients, custom gradients within our shapes and different elements, but we are not yet able to create gradients in our text. So Canva, let me know when that's going to drop, because I would be very thankful. But with that all said, if you didn't notice, I love gradients on my design. Now, as you can see here, compared to this photo, to this image, I have this gradient because it just makes it look on brand, looks nice and seamless. So I'm going to show you exactly how I have that gradient fade effect, so it just makes you that real estate agent. It's actually really easy to do. All you really need is any shape that you want. So in this case, I'm going to go into elements right here, and I'm just going to pull a square, and what I'm going to do is just size it up over here. Don't mind it being on top. We'll fix the layering in just a second. But once you have where you want your gradient to be, ideally, you want to go ahead and make sure you don't put your cursor in there, because we can also use shapes as text boxes. You just want to select the shape so that you can change the colors, which is now up here. We're going to hit that. It's going to open up a panel on the right hand side. Now you can go into here, add new color. We're going to go from solid over to gradient. And now you can simply just click on the colors that they already have here. You can use the color picker tool or add in the exact hex codes. But in this case, I'm just going to grab this green, and then I'm going to grab, let's say, this lighter green. And I'm going to do one more light green. Okay, but now I want this specific dark green to be at the bottom here. And I'm going to make sure that we choose, in this case, I want this direction of the gradient. And in this case, what I'm going to do is actually make the first gradient or first color, I'm going to pull this transparency all the way down. Now you might have to play around with it just slightly to get that specific fade as you want. You might need to, okay, something like that. And in this case, we want to obviously have this gradient situated appropriately. So I'm going to put this I'm going to go into positions here, go into layers, and we just want to click and drag this all the way down to, no, not that. Right, we want to make sure that our picture and these elements are right on top. And you might need to pull this just to make it, fix your gradient there, or you might need to, hold on, we need to have this up here. Something like that. You might want to drag this photo down a little bit so you can't really see where the edge of that photo begins or ends. So it looks something like that. So again, if I were to delete this is what that original image would look like. If I undo, you can see it has just that nice fade into the photo, so it allows you to read whatever is here nicely. And again, you can also do this with any color you want. You can make this black if you wanted to. So let me duplicate this. And then if we go and grab here, we can go back into the color. And again, we can just edit the gradient we've already made. We can go in here and just make that black and make it black. And you can do something like that, a little bit more harsh, depending on this, if this is part of your brand style, brand kit. Very well, you can do so, but that's exactly how you can create your own custom gradients. And again, if you can go in here and change the direction of your gradient. So you can also create, circle vignettes. You can create a gradient from a specific side, a specific angle, whatever you want to do, but that's how you make custom gradients. So one of the major themes of this specific Instagram template set that I sell on Etsy is the fact that I have this kind of hollowed out effect, where if I go over here to just listed, you can see that it's hollowed out, but you still see this filled in look. And to do that, you essentially want 2 layers of text, and then you want to sandwich the 2 layers of text with something in between, whether that be an image of the property or an image of yourself. So another example that I want to show you is, let's go over here to an about post. So let me show you kind of just the quick rundown of what that would look like if you decide to buy this. So I would drag in a photo in the background. Then I would actually go ahead and take this image that we've already hollowed out, remove the background and added the shadow effect. I would go ahead and just copy this, and then I would go over to the About Me post, and then I would right click and just paste me in there. I would size this up accordingly. And then from here, it's again the sandwich layering. So we're going to go into positions, and we're going to go into layers right here, which we are already in. And what you want to do is, obviously, I'm going to drag this down here, but you can see here what's happening is that this text here, this text box, this is the hollowed one, this is the filled in one. I'm in between the layers. So if I were to just click on the image of myself, wherever I drag myself, I'm in between the layers. So let me show you really quickly how to achieve this effect. So I'm going to open up a new page here, And you know what, I'll just keep that in there. But essentially the best thing you want to do in terms of the text is to grab something that is big, bold, and legible. So let me see what we have here for something. Let's look up something bold, thick. All right, let's just this will work with anything really. Something, okay, we're gonna go with that. And let's just make it white for funsies. Okay, let's do that. And then, so we have the first layered text. So this is going to be filled in with whatever color you want. Ideally, I like to use white. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just click on it, and then I'm going to duplicate this and make sure it's situated right on top. And you can go into positions here and you can see that we do indeed have 2 text boxes. Now for the second text box, I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go and actually I need to open this up, because what we want to do is now we see the effects on this side here. So again, Canva has changed some things around. So mind you, things might be all over the place, but don't worry, everything is still there. And in this case, we have the style, which is none. We actually want to go into the hollow one, and we want to change the thickness. Now you can't really see it that good when it's right on top, but again, you can choose your thickness. Once you're happy with that, you can, do that. You want to make sure that it's right on top. And now at this point, as I mentioned, you then want to go in and just, let's see if I still have the paste here of myself. You can then just put an image of yourself, or again, anything in between, and you want to sandwich the layers. So you want to make sure that the image is in between the layers so it looks like that. So that's how you get that effect, and that's how I created all of the effects for the coming soon, the just listed, open house, and sold. So in this case, for these templates, all you really have to do, because I did the work for you, all you have to do is drag your image into the frame here, and it gives that effect. Same thing if I go to the open house one, drag your image into the frame. You can double click to adjust like that. And same thing if I go into sold. I actually have two frames here, so you want to drag it into the first one here and drag it into the second one here at the top. And the reason why I have a second one is because ideally with the frame in the background, what I would do is actually open this up, and let's see here, I don't want to blend them, I just want to select just the one image here. I'm going to go into here, and ideally I'm going to blur that out. I'm going to add the whole blur just like that, and that should be good, just so it just makes it look a little bit interesting, so that you have different variations between all the different kind of statuses of the home. So again, coming soon, just listed, open house, and sold. That is it for today's video. If you made it to the very end of this video, then please comment down below #endcrew so I know that you are a real one, because, well, you stayed to the very end. And as mentioned, if you want to shop this real estate Instagram template bundle, you can find that on my Etsy shop. You can scan the code here or find the link in the description box down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you would like to learn how to make your own real estate brand and logo with Canva, then I highly recommend you check out this video right over here. And if you're ready, get ready to click in 3, 2, 1.